Live, love Africa. What's your excuse for not coming? Please subscribe.
Hello, I'm Dynasty Amir.
Greetings, everyone. It is Dynasty Amir, Search for Uhuru. Thank you so much for joining us. Before we get started, make sure you guys go to dynastamir.com. Again, go to dynastamir.com. While you're there, buy some merchandise, buy some books. I'm an author, so please support and buy some books. Make sure you join our email list. Again, make sure you join our email list so you guys can stay up to date in regards to what's going on with the brand Dynasty Amir. Like, share, and subscribe to the content. Again, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the content. We would really appreciate your guys' support. And then Patreon. Become a monthly Patreon. Again, become a monthly Patreon. Patreon.com, search for Uhuru. Support Black media so we can continue to tell our story and share our narrative. Today's topic is I want to address Akon's, statement on Vlad TV in regards to Africans moving on from slavery. And I disagree. And the reason why I disagree is, how can you move on from something that you know nothing about? What do you mean, Dynasty? What we have to understand when you're dealing with Africa's education system is colonial based. So you're dealing with the French and the English colonial system dominates the education, or African education, or the way Africans are educated in Africa. So a lot of them are not taught about slavery. Yes, Gorée Island might be in Dakar in Senegal, but I'm telling you, the majority of Senegalese have absolutely no clue about what took place on Gorée Island. The majority of Senegalese have never even been to Gorée Island. And so I think it was disingenuous of him to say that, Black Americans should get over slavery because Africans have moved on. Well, again, you can't move on from something that you have absolutely no clue about. And then when you're dealing with Senegal, it's an Islamic country. So Senegalese, the average Senegalese will know more about the Prophet Muhammad than Thomas Sankara. The average Senegalese will know more about the Prophet Muhammad than Patrice Lumumba. The average Senegalese will know more about the Quran than their own Senegalese or African history. They'll know more about French history than they do their own Senegalese or African history. That's what we're dealing with. Again, the colonial system dominates their education. And I'll give you this example. First time I went to Africa, I went to Tanzania. I got off the plane, walked out the airport, Julius Nyerere Airport in Dar es Salaam. So immediately they saw me, they start speaking Swahili. I had to tell them I don't understand. They said, okay, you must be South African. I said, no. They said, you must be from Nigeria. At that time, I was like, no, but I'm Nigerian now. Because I found out through my roots, I'm Nigerian. From my ancestors, I'm Nigerian. But at that time in 2011, I didn't know. So I said, no. They said, you must be Ghanaian. I said, no. They said, what tribe are you from? I said, I'm from America. And they were like, they still didn't understand. Like, okay, you're from America, but where are you from? I was like, I had to explain to them. I had to break down to them that because of the slave trade, we were disconnected from our culture, who we are, our language. We lost all that. And even then, after explaining that to them, they still didn't understand. Like, how they didn't get it. So at first they thought I was born in Africa. Then when I told them I'm from America, they were like, okay, you live in America, you're from America, but you have to be from somewhere. Where are you from? What is your tribe? And I had to, again, explain to them that we were completely disconnected from all of that. And they still didn't get it. Same thing in Senegal. If you guys don't know, I go to Senegal every year for the Grand Magal in Touba, Senegal. And so I was sitting down with an elder, and he knew about Goree Island, but he had no clue what took place on Goree Island. So again, the questions about where are you from, who are you, what's your language, I had to explain to him that when we left Goree Island, we were completely stripped of all of that. And he didn't understand. He didn't get it. And there was another Senegalese brother who was there who was like, yeah, that's why we need black Americans to come to Africa and teach the history, because they're not getting the history. Again, the average African, they're not getting the history. I know more about African history than the majority of Africans in Africa. I know more about the history of their country than the people who live in the countries that I go visit. So again, even though you have Goree Island, Senegal, Cape Coast Castle in Ghana, you have Elmina Castle in Ghana, you have all these slave dungeons and ports, Badagry in Nigeria, a lot of the people there still do not understand what took place at these forts or these slave dungeons and these ports. They have absolutely no clue. You have the Port of No Return in Ouida. I've been to just about every major slave dungeon or port or ports or point of no return in West Africa, outside of Cameroon and Angola. But from Liberia, even above, from Senegal all the way down to Nigeria, outside of Guinea-Bissau, I haven't been there yet. I've been to even in Cote d'Ivoire, I've been to just about every major slave port or dungeon. And again, they are not being taught what happened here because of the colonial education does not teach it. But I'm going to tell you where I agree with Akon in regards to reparations. Are descendants of slaves owe reparations? Absolutely. We are. But the chances of us getting them are slim to none. And like Akon said, I don't understand this love relationship, this emotional attachment to America. I don't get it. So I agree with Akon there. Like he said, he doesn't understand why black Americans put up with all this abuse in America once they come back home to Africa. Like I don't understand it either. So now I guess Joe Biden and Kamala Harris is supposed to save black people. It's like we keep running in the same circle and expecting a different result. What's the definition of insanity? So that point I agree with. Why are black Americans continuing to waste their time in America and not coming up with an Africa plan? And so I agree with Akon on that. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. Like they're saying, people are saying if you don't vote in this election, you're reckless. I think it's more reckless to not have an exit strategy out of America. I think it's more reckless to put all your eggs in this basket called America. I think it's suicidal. That's me personally. So I agree with Akon on that. Like black people have been getting abused for the past 400 years. America has already showed you and told you how they feel about you. Freaking Joe Biden and Kamala Harris is not the least of two evils. That the only other option, right, is to have an exit strategy or an Africa plan. So in a return back home to Africa. I agree with Akon about that. I disagree in regards to slavery because Africans have not moved on from slavery because the vast majority of them have no clue about slavery or their own African history. So guys, make sure you hit that like button, share, subscribe, go to DynastyMirror.com. Until next time, family, Dynasty Mirror, search for Huru. Peace.